One day I will learn to press the goddamn buttons in the correct order, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. What a complete goddamn loser I am. Fuck. This is how the first live one starts, just instant Rick Dalton.
Goddamn fuck! Boop, 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 boop.
Embarrassed myself in front of all those goddamn
those goddamn streamers.
It's just three people at computers.
It's so
In front
funny.
of all those people.
It would be funny if, like, literally after every episode we recorded, like, we're like, that was a good episode. The minute we hit stop recording, we're like, God damn it, fuck! You embarrassed your fucking self in front of all those goddamn listeners. We just do it every week.
That is what I do. Every night when you leave, yeah, you walk out my door and I say goodbye, and you say goodbye, and then I go to the window and I watch you disappearing, and I go, goodbye, Nick, and you turn right as you're about to go over the horizon, and you say goodbye, and then when you leave, I go, fuck!
No, can I tell you? I really do the same thing.
Really?
After every episode we record, and I have to listen to it to assure myself that it wasn't that bad. But like because there was a minute where like we recorded the new episode and I couldn't listen to it because I went to this show with a listener actually. Like a listener invited me to this show. Victor Colby, I'll give him a shout out. Very nice dude. Awesome to give me a ticket to this show at the Lyric Hyperion. But I was anxious to listen to the episode because the whole time I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said any of that. And that's how I feel every time we record. Like, the minute we're done, I'm like, all right, good episode, Brendan. We have fun. We come up with the name. We write the description. And then on the car ride home, like, just dread starts to set in. I'm like, that was the one that's going to ruin me.
It's just you, like leaned, like, full back in the back of the Uber. Just the lights flashing. As to, like,
I've got sunglasses on. I'm like smoking in the car.
Yeah.
He's asking me to stop.
You just have like, you're not even smoking. You just have one cigarette like hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even touching the top lip. It's just like dried to the bottom one.
My collar is disheveled. I've got it pulled up over my fucking face. He tells me that I can't smoke in the car. I hand him $50. That's all my money. Right? Like,
every dollar you have.
That's every dollar I own.
It's very important to give strangers all your money.
Especially
at least once every couple of years.
All the time. Oh, God, I did it once. When I started making, like...
How many times have you spent your last dollar?
On stranger? Oh my God,
No,
all the time. On like the worst things. Especially the year that I was out here, like I can't tell you how many times I would spend my last dollars on like the big bag of Doritos.
Yeah, I've done that shit.
And I was literally looking at it like, I need this for gas. I need to be able to put gas in my car, but I want Doritos.
You need treats. In order to continue being an alive boy, everyone needs treats.
Oh, this year only have I like been good at just like, hey, don't spend that fucking money just yet on fucking chocolate pretzels.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Look, you can't spend all your money on chocolate pretzels every day.
Not every day.
Not every day.
Not every day.
Some days you must have shelter. The most retarded I've ever felt about money was I don't know how old I was, probably like 21, 22, something like that. And I went and I spent my state quarter collection and some like
that's like $7
like silver,
right?
like silver dollars that like my grandma gave me from like my grandpa's things when he died, and I spent it on one pack of cigarettes. I spent everything I had in the world in like collectible change.
So you like went up to the counter and just like stacked them up,
just plunked down cowboy coins. Just a big heavy like, and I used to
line them up, bartender.
And I used to work at a grocery store, so if someone came in with like a Kennedy dollar or something, I'd be pissed because I'm like, I don't even have a slot for this in my drawer. I'm gonna have to put it under the twos, and I didn't even want the twos. So.
The twos. I used to get twos because they would recirculate them every couple of years. I get them for my birthday a lot, and I would spend that shit immediately.
Oh yeah, twos, not real money.
They're terrible, dude. I was like, if you want to talk about being poor. Did you see Sorry to Bother You?
No, I haven't.
So there's a gag in it where he goes up to, it's supposed to be this like I saw it with my friend Keith and he was laughing so hard. He was like, God, that joke was so funny. And it's the joke where he goes up to the gas station and he goes, hey, can I get 40 on 2? And then he puts down 40 cents. And it made my friend Keith laugh so hard. And meanwhile, I'm watching it like, oh, I did this like 3 months ago. Dude, I would quite regularly, when I was really poor, put less than $1 of gas in my car. Just to make it like 7 miles to donate plasma.
Yeah, to make it to your job where you get paid in cash so that you can afford to go anywhere else.
Anywhere else.
If the boss is like, I got to get you tomorrow, you're like, all right, well, I'm sleeping in my car. outside of your business. So that's on you.
Quite literally, yes. Also, it's so funny that you call it the boss. My blood boss. Brendan, they're phlebotomists, dude.
I forgot what you were doing.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if like you show up and it's like you and all the guys in the morning, you all clock in. There's a big whistle for lunch. I'm imagining now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't think I am. Mm-hmm. But I'm imagining you sitting down in the chair and you're donating blood for 8 hours every day. Is that correct?
It's like almost 2 hours.
Oh, it does take that long?
Yeah, but you're still making like $20 an hour.
Yeah, that's
actually more because on the as you get later in the month, as the this is so heinous. I mean, I'm literally destroying my body for like $100. But when you get to the end of the month and what you make is $100, like, oh, I made like $50 an hour. Mm-hmm. All I had to do is give them my blood.
It's weird for a job to pay a different hourly rate based on what part of the month it is.
Well, no, based on how often you return. They want to make sure that you're loyal. Because they actually used to pay out more per visit, but people would just come and make a quick buck. And then they're like, no, if you want to make the big bucks, you have to show up twice a week, every week. Otherwise, we're not giving you the good money.
So it just is a job.
Yeah, it's worse than
Do they know
that.
your name?
It's like blood.
Are they like, Nick, welcome back?
Absolutely, yeah. My picture comes up. Mm-hmm. The lady there knows me. There's raffles. There's raffles and picnics.
What can you possibly win?
TV. Sometimes it's a TV, and sometimes it's like a Hershey bar. Like it really depends, I think, on how their business is. Because it was truly like a couple months ago, it was like win a plasma TV, and then this month it was like win like a king size Hershey bar.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, you can't eat that before you give the blood. Your levels are gonna spike.
Yeah, you actually can't. They can't. There's candy machines. And they're like, and if they see you going for it before you donate, they're like, Mr. Oldershaw, are you sure you should be doing that before you make a donation? I'm like, I guess not.
You gonna have sweet blood.
You can have that sweet blood. I'm like, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But
we want bitter, modest blood.
Yeah, dude, I'm a blood slave. Mm-hmm. Like that's just and I accepted it a long time ago. They put on movies. I've seen all these movies.
If you found yourself in in Blade or something, you'd be like, oh, I know my role here.
Absolutely.
100%.
Oh, I would let the vampires feast on me, dude. I would let a nice dominatrix vampire like Blood Rain or somebody. I would offer myself up to the leather-clad vampiress.
It's gonna be Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes is gonna have to be Wesley Snipes.
No, it's not gay. It's vampire shit. Do you think? That's the most unrealistic part about that movie is like a black vampire. He'd be like, "Nah, I ain't eating no fella's blood."
Ooh.
Yeah. Let me get the blood of those females.
Man, how you gonna suck another man's neck?
Man, that's just like a big old dick.
Like a big old dick.
Yeah. Man, my father used to say, neck just the dick under the head.
The neck is just the dick under the head?
Yeah. That's,
I could see Wesley Snipes' father saying that to him. My father always told me two things. Neck is just the dick under the head, and you don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah,
nobody...
The black vampire, he would, one, not want to be gay. Two, be super conflicted because he loves God.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like they pull out the crucifix and he's like, oh, Jesus, forgive me, but I can't be near that shit.
I can't. Well, it's like, how come you never go outside during the day? Well, the sun cures. Like, no, man, the IRS. I want them to think I'm dead. That's why I sleep in this coffin.
Yeah. He doesn't know he's a vampire. Yeah. He was doing that.
Yeah.
He's like, man, that's why when I became a vampire, it was actually very convenient.
Yeah, black vampires, like, they're not nocturnal. They are just hiding from the authorities.
It's like, oh, so you can't go out in the sun? It's like, it actually took me years to figure that out.
I just wasn't doing that.
I just wasn't doing that shit.
God damn, that's so fun. Honestly, do you know what I still have been thinking about from the group chat?
What?
I still keep thinking about the fact that Betty Boop was based on a black woman, so her name isn't Betty Boop, it's Betty Boop. Her name is actually just Betty.
Just the N-word. They misheard.
No, that somebody wrote it down and they just thought it was her last name. They're like, no, I was censoring myself. I was trying to be good.
Oh, yeah, because back then they were...
It's so funny because, dude, when you look at... Because she started out in black and white. It's clearly a black woman. And then for some reason, when they colorized her, they just gave her white skin. And you're like, well, no. Absolutely not. Look at the hair.
I've never really considered that.
No, she is. She was absolutely based on... there was some black entertainer in like the 20s or the 30s. But look at her hair, dude.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's weird that in what's that movie? In Roger Rabbit, they have her, but like in the same scene as Jessica Rabbit. Like you're supposed to be like horny for both of them, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's such a harsh contrast.
It's the fucking the baby in a dress.
Betty Boop is like jerking off to a damn Funko Pop.
Yeah, it really is. What's the sexiest part of a woman? Probably her forehead, right?
Yeah, probably her giant fucking head.
Her forehead, her enlarged cranium, and just no tits at all.
Just no tits. We want her to look like she has the skeleton of a different kind of human that was killed by Homo sapiens.
Yeah, she's Lucy. You ever been horny? Do you ever wish that Lucy was wearing a cocktail dress? Have you ever been horny for a damn Cro-Magnon?
Yeah. Man, that is a shame that there's no other types of human beings around for me to be horny for. I think that's why everybody like talks about like if aliens come, like if we'd fuck them. It's because, we had it. We didn't know what we had.
You would be into like into the other hominids, dude.
Probably.
With all your fucked up tastes.
Because I mean, like, look, as a Homo sapien, I'm a complete failure.
Yeah, but maybe.
Yeah, to like I don't know, the ones with like the. I don't know. Like their brain wasn't hard enough to like.
Yeah, what were the other kinds? What were the other kinds of Homo sapiens? Because they were What did we come from? We're Homo. Hang on. I could look this up, but basically what you're saying is like, okay, so you're not hanging that well in like in the Homo sapien club.
No,
but you just like go over you go to the other hominid like nightclub and they're like, who is that fucking short glass of water?
Basically it's like if like a 9th grader started hanging out with like middle schoolers and everyone's like, wow, this guy is so sick.
Is that what it's like? If a
if a 9th grader hangs out with 12th graders, it's like, this is a fucking loser. This is a little kid. I'd be a big man on campus. Yeah, with the fucking Cro-Mags.
Brendan, you can't.
All the little chimp guys.
Brendan, you can't keep fucking the Cro-Magnons. Why not, Brendan? They don't know what's going on. You know that they don't know.
They're okay. I taught them fire. Dude. One of them's just on fire. I'm like, well, that doesn't look good for me.
Fuck, man.
It's like, no, look, I taught them language so they consent. They're just like, please stop. I'm like, shh.
Yeah, you would definitely make some interesting children.
I suppose I would.
Who shouldn't be alive.
I still could now.
You single-handedly fuck up evolution. It's the progression of the hunched over guy learning to stand, but then in the middle there's the crick element.
Then it's me fucking like the other tribes, and then we're just fish again. It's like fuck,
God damn it,
we were apes, we were so close. God damn it. I gotta regrow gills.
Yeah,
this fucking sucks.
You fuck so many people that we go back to gills.
Yeah, we go back to gills.
Brendan, did you have fucking flipper babies?
I'm sorry, man.
God damn it.
I just de-evolved mankind.
Yeah, you would do that, knowing you.
And then they're my descendants, so they're like cowards, So it's like
absolutely.
It's like the fish climbs up on the sea for the first time, or climbs up on the beach, sees the sun, and just like no, goes right back in.
Absolutely not. The fish goes full Wesley Snipes.
Full Wesley Snipes. Nah.
I don't trust all that shit.
Man, I don't trust that white sun.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
Jesus Christ. Oh fuck, man.
It's exciting for this to be live.
This is exciting. I want to go back to again.
But it does mean that there's absolutely zero chance of taking anything back. A single riff.
Oh,
which is exciting. I mean, not that we almost ever edit, but
we could. Here's the thing: we could, because when this is the live streams aren't saved forever. Like, they do disappear after a while. So if there's something, and maybe
we can dub back in.
Here's the thing: that might be incentive for you guys. You can say, "Oh, I saw the thing that they removed so that they would have careers one day." That's the incentive to watch.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know that right now, we have the computer. We have a supercomputer. It's very hot in here. It's fucking burning.
Yeah,
fans running wildly because it's Snapchat filtering over our blackface.
Yeah,
it's doing the digital makeup thing, and it's putting, our faces over the blackface.
Yeah,
so that
save the day. Yeah,
but if we move quickly enough or the light flickers,
it'll come off.
You're gonna see that blackface for a couple frames.
Because here's the thing: I don't think that anybody should. Let me just explain it because we read. I don't think that anybody should have to look at blackface. Like, I get that. All right, it's wrong, but I also have enough integrity as a performer who's well versed in the history of the art that I will continue to do blackface and uphold the great American tradition.
Yeah,
but that's
me what I call a compromise.
That's a beautiful compromise. I don't want to offend anybody, but
Now, some might say, but Brendan, aren't you using well over your budget for the software, the lighting?
For the authentic blackface, we have antique grease paint from that
we
was taken from Al Jolson's mausoleum that he was buried with.
We exhumed fucking Al Jolson.
We got it off of his face. Did you know that when he was buried, they buried him in blackface, as was demanded in his will?
Wait, is that true?
No, absolutely. Although, actually, you know what? I wouldn't be shocked.
Honestly, though, I'm gonna put that in my will. Like, I've never once in my life worn blackface.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna demand I be buried in it, because at that point, what can you do to me?
You can't do anything. You're already putting me in the fucking
I'm canceled? I'm dead. Man, it's gonna be tough for them to paint blackface on my just exploded shotgun skull after I Kurt Cobain myself.
Dude, that's how the woke mafia is gonna do. Like one day
they just have to paint like my exploded neck.
Well, no, that's gonna be to go back to like Robbie's character of like woke Tony Soprano, that he's like, make sure he can't have an open casket funeral. And it's just Paulie putting blackface on the dead body.
So they have to
shut it so that nobody gets upset. I want you to make
someone
it so
opens the casket. Oh,
my baby. He would never commit microaggressions. Look how he massacred my boy. I want you to make him so his mother can't even look at him.
It's you in a Make America Great Again hat. Everyone's like, oh.
Yeah, the woke mob rules.
Hell yeah. Man, we gotta get that made. They're making the prequel. We need the sequel movie where
the Many Saints of Newark.
It's just you and me working for AJ. We all fucking suck. We're all pussies. Just fucking losers.
Yeah, dude. I would love to see. That would actually be. That's the interesting series. Is AJ having to take over for Tony?
Oh, yeah,
being like such a pussy.
Be like Godfather, but Michael is just shitty.
Yeah, why isn't David Chase doing that, dude? Like assuming, let's say Tony does get shot at the end of The Sopranos. If you didn't know that, get the fuck over it. Sorry for spoiling The Sopranos.
You know what we'll do
AJ
is,
has to take over the family.
At the end of this, we'll just start streaming Sopranos from season 1 on the channel. We'll probably get a lot of watchers that way.
We should stream just the deaths. Just a 24-hour loop of the deaths.
Just a 24-hour loop of deaths?
Of just the spoilers from The Sopranos.
That would be good.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so, all right, let's break this story right now. So it's, we do it Eastbound and Down style, where the next episode or season starts right where it left off. So it's just Tony's head exploded in onion rings, and everyone's sitting there crying. Just weeping.
Right.
That's gonna be like 5 minutes, and then the music starts playing, and the
yeah. It's Tony exploded. Carmelo's going, ah, Tony! And then woke up this morning, got myself a gun. He's still in the intro. Like, we don't even edit the intro.
Yeah, it's still him driving.
It's never not him driving. Like, every
It's him
episode.
driving, but then you, me, and AJ are in the back of the car.
Just like sunglasses on.
Yeah, just sunglasses. We got cigars. And then, we fade back. We're still in the diner. still dead Meadow and AJ and everybody. And then you and I come in. We're like, hey, boss. Come on, we got to go do a hit. And then big wink at the camera.
Yeah,
yeah,
we break the fourth wall.
Yeah, audience claps.
There's an audience.
Yeah, there's a live studio audience.
Yeah, like we walk into the diner, they're still screaming over the death of the beloved, and we walk in, the audience goes, woo! Just like.
It's like Seinfeld, where we're just always in that diner.
Yeah.
And even though AJ's like, guys, my dad died here. I don't want to eat here every day. We're like, get the big salad.
Get him the big salad. I just start massaging Meadow. The audience goes, ooh.
She's still covered in blood.
God damn it.
The guy in the members only jacket is just still at the counter.
Yeah.
Like, I killed that guy.
Yeah. So tune into AJ's place.
AJ's place,
which will be
we're just the shittiest consigliaries.
Yeah. It'll be streaming exclusively on this Twitch channel.
Paulie is like our Uncle Joey type character in the basement, just lifting weights.
The diner has a basement.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Now that we have I know it's just a Twitch stream, but in my heart, it really feels like we have a network now. So we're gonna have to fill 24 hours of programming.
Oh, we will be doing 24 hours of I might just start logging on to Twitch from my phone, just like 1 a.m. Just like, hey, what are you guys up to?
just immediately get me too.
Anybody want to talk?
You're just shirtless, like phone's like way at a weirdly low angle.
Dude,
just the light from the phone.
It's like we've had a Twitch channel. We've had a Twitch channel for 3 weeks, and I just like pro Jared the fuck out. I'm just like, this is a safe space. You can send me anything you want, just me and you, whatever you're comfortable with.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
I shouldn't do this.
Good bit.
One of our listeners sent me, because I hadn't seen the uncensored thing of Pro Jared's dick, and because they were like,
can you explain who Pro Jared is?
All right. Pro Jared was this guy. I mean, I don't want to admit how much I know who Pro Jared is, but there was basically this loosely associated group of YouTubers on this. I'm really uncloaking right now.
Is this gonna be like the Pussy Posse?
No, it's quite. Although, actually, I think probably they got some pussy, dude. If you have like over 100K subscribers on YouTube, you're getting pussy and like decent pussy.
I'd imagine.
Yeah. You're famous. There was this like collective of YouTubers called Normal Boots, and
that's why I vow to never have a large audience.
Never.
Because I will not fuck.
He's a principled man.
No one can make me fuck.
You put on blackface so people will not fuck you, so that you don't take advantage of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
it's like you know how they say like in prison, like you don't wipe so that people don't fuck you in the ass. I wear blackface so no one fucks me in the mouth.
I had no idea. I guess that makes sense because shit is kind of like blackface for your ass. People are just disgusted by it. They don't want to go anywhere near it
for different reasons.
For a
loftier
reason.
A
whole different. Yeah. Yes. But
now just imagine,
Brendan,
I'm in prison. Someone's about to
that.
fuck my ass. They spread my cheeks, and my ass just starts going. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal.
It's got big red lips.
Big red lips. It's like
Yeah, he wrestles you to the ground. He pushes your legs apart, and your ass just goes, "Mammy." And he's like, "Oh, that's disgusting."
The guards are just like, "You can leave prison."
Yeah. We don't want to be associated with you.
This is such a problem. We don't even have a protocol for this. I guess we put you in solitary for 1,000,000 years.
Oh fuck. Do you want me to explain who Pro Jared is or not?
Yeah, let's go back to that.
So there was this collective of video game YouTubers. They would review video games. There was like the Completionist. There was Pro Jared, JonTron also famously canceled, but not for doing sex stuff, just for being racist, just for making unfounded. There's like an audio clip of him saying, the quote is literally, "Look, we know that wealthy blacks commit more crimes than wealthy whites." It's just like, well,
I don't even know if you'd find other racists saying that.
No, you absolutely would not.
Such a bonkers,
Such a weird. And it's the funniest thing is because it's like Google Hangout audio of him saying it. So it's like my man was clearly just like going off.
Damn, that is sick though to get canceled for a racist belief no one else has ever held.
No, yeah, and he's also like Arab, I think. I think he's like Armenian or like Iranian or something. He's like not. It's just weird. Although he's bounced back. Now he does like sponsors, he does like commercials and shit. So he's fine. Pro Jared not doing as well because Pro Jared was apparently he had a Tumblr site where I guess he like cheated on his wife, but that also might be a weird thing. Apparently his wife wasn't doing stuff, but the thing that he was for sure doing was asking for nudes from his fans and being like, it's safe. He's like, it's funny. like I just thought it was his defense was like, I thought it was like a funny like safe space thing to do.
It is a funny bit to be horny for your fans' nudes.
Yeah, and then he was like sending them dick pics back, and I had only seen the censored Pro Jared dick pics. One of our listeners in the Discord, I think it was Jack Barr, I think. He sent me the uncensored one because he was like, his dick is so small, and I was like, it didn't look that bad. And then he broke down. He's like, no, he's like, the internet figured out like through math that he's making it look bigger.
Geometry.
Yeah, they like looked at the geometry of the picture and was like, well, if you look at the placement of the hand and also where the camera is angled, his dick is actually small.
Well, he's actually using an antique lens from 1903. So. It's like when I go on Tinder and I'm trying to like do math. I'm like, all right, so she's standing here in relation to the doorknob. She's probably 2 feet in front of the door, so that would make her 5'6". Fuck!
God damn it. Well, it's like you send him one of your nudes and you're like, are you going to send me a nude? He's like, I did. And then 3 weeks later in the mail, you get like a tin type photo of him, like just a monochrome daguerreotype.
Man, I want to start
like 3 hours to take
sending
it.
Girls wood carvings of my dick. Where they just get a stamp and they have to go out and buy ink and put it on paper and be like,
Jesus Christ. The worst part is how much work it took.
I want to send them fucking like a Warhol grid of my dick. Where I'm like, you see, part of the art is that the image quality of my dick degrades with
over
each
time.
replication.
It's like the disintegration.
Much like my real
loops.
dick. Yeah. Every time I come, it gets worse.
That's so funny. Oh my God.
Something about like fine art with being a pervert is funny to me.
When I was home in DC, when I visited home in the summer, we went to what's the modern art gallery there? Not the Guggenheim. I can't remember. We went to some fucking modern art gallery there, and they had like all of these like German artists, like all these like world renowned like German abstract artists, and I swear to, and it was different artists too. It wasn't just the same artist. Those guys love drawing like cubist interpretations of their own cocks. Like it is just them painting their own cocks. Sometimes the cocks are like bisected. Sometimes the cock is like this one guy did a self-portrait and it looked like his body was attached to his cock. Like the cock was the sentient being with like a human dangling off of it.
That's sick.
And it was just like, what the fuck is going on with these guys?
I would love to do the Picasso thing where someone in a bar is like, hey, can I have a photo of your dick? And I give it to them and I'm like, that will be $10 million.
Would Picasso do that?
Picasso like drew a doodle and he gave it, or maybe it was Dali, I forget. One of them, but they someone was like, can I have an original work? And he gave it to them. He's like, that'll be $1 million. They're like, but you just drew it on a napkin. He's like, yes, but it took me a lifetime to learn how to draw it on the napkin.
Oh.
So that'd be me, but it's like me contributing like a picture of Garfield or something. But it has taken me a lifetime to master my craft.
It would be really funny to just show up to a museum with a cum tribute of Garfield, just like, I have a submission.
Yeah.
Are you guys taking submissions?
I just hang it up and people are like, honey, I think it's Banksy. I'm just nude, like giant hammer, like
Yeah.
like way too big nails. I'm fucking up the plaster.
Yeah. Yeah, you immediately get tackled by 2 guards, and the people are just like, I think that's also part of it. This is an elaborate piece.
Wow, I love art.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Art is like really funny. Like when you go see it,
It's hilarious.
Like some of it is very moving, but then other parts that you're like, you got me.
As someone who loves art and loves going to museums, I think that some of it is okay to think is funny.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, dude, I went to the John Waters Museum, or the John Waters exhibit at the Baltimore Museum of Art, and it was so funny. There was one where he did this thing that was just making fun of like abstract art. It was like this doorway that looked like it led to a dark room, but you couldn't go in it. And like when you listen to there was like audio that you could play of him explaining the pieces. He's like, we just thought this was like a fun commentary on like the mystery of art and how people will pay all sorts of money to like, pretend to understand these things that actually have no meaning. And the faint audio that you're hearing is actually sounds of the Jonestown Massacre when all those people were dying. And then like we went to another room where like just written on the wall were the words, Ed Sullivan raped me. It was one of the best art exhibits I've ever been to.
Yeah, that is pretty sick. Because like a lot of the time, like when every day, because I like to go to museums, and every time I do, it's like a third of it is like very meaningful and impacting, and then a third of it is like, not for me or whatever. But then like a small subset of it is just the most mentally ill people who like have been thrust into this audience. Like, there's this one exhibit. It was a photographer where this woman, she basically just like took photos of her beaten up. And was like, isn't this meaningful? And everyone just sitting there like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, dude,
it was like shitty, like Yoko Ono type music playing over it. We're like, I don't like this.
Well, dude, it's so like one of my favorite museums in Baltimore is the Visionary Arts Museum, where like almost every piece of art that's submitted there is made by somebody with some kind of mental illness, and like it's literally exhibits just like this man was obsessed with making sculptures out of toothpicks of like angels punishing him, and and he did it for 30 years, and people from all the world around the world find that like them awe-inspiring and beautiful, and like there's a whole DVD about his art, and then you're reading all this, and it's like, and he killed himself in 1976. Like, I was like, oh, what else has this guy done? He's been dead for 50 years.
And then you look at it and it's like marshmallows with popsicle sticks in them.
No, it was actually
good.
It was actually, well, like, it was so good where you're like, oh, this guy was clearly possessed by like, mental illness.
Who was that guy? There's that guy who he spent like 30 years making like a comic so long I don't think it's ever been published, but it was just like he was a pedophile. He was like a janitor in a basement, and he drew comics about this like alien world where everyone was a little girl naked.
What?
In like there's like an outsider art museum, and
I've never heard of this.
it was just this. It was like a janitor or like a super in a building, and then he died, and they went in his little room where no one had ever been, and he had illustrated and written this like epic, like 5 times as long as Bone, just like insanely like. And the art is like good too, but he was just like a retarded pedophile.
It's like it's a comic that's going on for 30 years, and somehow the girls never aged. Like they stayed little girls the whole time.
It's like, all right, buddy,
it's like, chill. Like, to invoke the great Shane Gillis, chill.
You gotta chill. Yeah. But honestly, though, good for that guy. Like, just
great.
Not acting on it, being like, look, like that guy, in a way, he's a genius because he's like, look, I am a pedophile. That's true.
Yeah.
And there's 2 ways I could play this. I could either act on that, or I could draw the most horrible, elaborate, long work of literature that's ever been made, and then die. And someone has to find it.
Yeah.
Someone has to be like, fuck. Well,
God damn it.
I want to just throw it away, but I mean, there's so much of it. I guess it's important. I guess it should be in a museum now.
You're right.
Wow, hold on. Now, that's probably what the kink was, is the whole time he's right. He's like, ooh, this is going to be on nice white walls. Everyone's going to have to see my child pornography I made, but they're aliens, so it's not wrong.
Dude, just like, imagine him going to bed howling with laughter. Just like...
Yeah,
people have to pay attention to this.
People have to say it's good.
just like just like holding himself, just like I'm a pedophile and people will respect me. That's so funny.
Great bit. Honestly, great bit. This is one of those times I'm so glad we don't have like a Jamie to be like, pull this up. Because
Oh, no.
I probably got that so wrong.
I don't want to know. And honestly, neither do you. Like you want to, like nobody wants. You don't want the facts of. This is what I found with storytelling. Don't be right. It's never interesting when
Do
you're
not
right.
be right.
Don't be right. That's like something that I like listen like. Even like great storytellers, like I'm a big fan of like Orson Welles. And like if you fact check the stories after a while I stopped doing it because like Orson Welles would go on TV on like the Dick Cavett show and he would tell these stories and then you'd fact check them and you'd be like, oh, not at all. But it's like it's better to just
he wasn't even president then.
Yeah. But you know, fuck it, man. History probably isn't even true.
Yeah, that's probably right.
It's probably right. There's no way it is.
Yeah. I read today, George Washington was like 6'2", and back then the average man was 5'6", and I was like, fuck, I'm not even average height in the 1700s.
Not even in colonial times.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude.
I am riled up.
What are you gonna do about it?
I don't know.
I
gotta go to the doctor tomorrow.
Do you think that they'll have some kind of like height implants in like the next 20 years?
They have it now. They send you to India and they break your legs 400 times.
Over here.
Oh.
Do you think they're gonna have any like U.S. approved?
It'd be funny if they just gave me like tit implants on the bottom of my feet.
Yeah, you just have like fucking flat top feet.
I'm just moon bouncing around on great tits. Just absolute gorgeous
You meant
tits.
literally. You meant like breast implants at the bottom.
Yeah, because
of
they're
your
like,
feet.
I mean, that's what we have. I'm like, make me big. And they're like, the doctor's like, all right, it was only 1 week, but we know how to do that.
God damn.
I go in, I want to be a big man, and then they just make me trans. They're like, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening when you explained what you wanted.
That's so funny. Oh fuck, man. Yeah, what kind of plastic
I'm really
surgery
sorry we did that, but if it's any consolation, you're brave.
yeah.
And I'm like,
It's like, well, I can safely. I think this is probably actually an important surgery, seeing as you're the first one. You're the Danish girl of getting tits on your feet. Nobody's done it before.
I can just jump really high.
You do it, and like within a week, everybody's doing it. It's the new identity.
Just imagine foot fetish guys. That would be sick for
that's
them,
a great
right?
twofer. Oh, dude, you could probably get dates with Tarantino. Like, he might fucking drive you around Hollywood in a convertible. Telling you to put your tits on the glass.
Do you think like foot fetish guys, it doesn't transcend gender, right? Like a man couldn't have such nice feet that Quentin Tarantino would be like, who's that?
Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting to think
Because like
about.
my thing's armpits, but I'm not into like dudes' armpits.
Well, I think that again, the thing with there's a lot to unpack here.
There is.
I don't know. Yeah,
But I think part of the reason that I like the hairy armpits on women is because like that's not how they're supposed to look
you like
by society.
You like kind of a masculine feature on a woman, or like just the fact that it's fucked up.
I mean, I wouldn't say that like. I mean, I personally wouldn't call body hair on women a masculine feature because it's like it grows there. It's
What are you
they
woke?
do.
Fuck off! Are you
Let me be
suddenly
woke on
woke?
one thing.
Absolutely.
Let me have
you
one
don't get
thing
to
I
be
get
woke
to be
just
woke
because you're a
on.
fucking pervert and you're disgusting. But I relate to the fuck. I relate to the fucked up thing about it though.
To be fair, I did write that Hard Times article calling myself out basically, where it was like man's progressive stance on female body hair clearly just a fetish.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay. So to defend myself a little bit too, I know we all make jokes about me looking for a mommy or whatever because I like older women.
Nick loves his tattooed mommies.
My fucking tattooed mommies. But that's not what it is. What it is that is appealing about it is that it's fucked up, and that every time I've had sex with an older woman, there's been a part.
You're like, I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Yeah, and that's exactly. Well, no. What is hilarious is quite often verbally they will say, "We should not be doing this," and I'm like, I know, it's great. So that's what it is. It's the fucked upness of it.
How many older women have you had sex with? Like more than 10 years?
Yeah. More than 10 years difference? 4? But then, like, there's also been... Honestly, dude, even 7 years difference is, like, pretty
I'm
crazy.
Sure. Like, if she has somewhere to go in the morning and you don't, it's not supposed to be happening.
There's been plenty of that.
Plenty of that where dude, you're just, like, waiting. And they're like, are you going to leave? You're like, oh, I was hoping you would go to work because I don't have anywhere to live.
There's honestly, there's been a couple days where like they've left in the morning, like they're like, you can sleep in. They're like, it's fine. And then like I've like texted them at 1, just like, hey, do you care if I make something in the oven? And they're like, are you still there? Dude, there was straight up like this one girl. I literally just like, I was just there when she got back.
You're not supposed to be there when they get back.
I spent the night there. I spent 2 nights in a row there. You know.
Huh. Man. Yeah, I cannot. I mean, not that I'm like a big like one night stand guy or anything, you know, because I have no choice. I'd love to. But,
sure.
But
oh, yeah.
Women just will not partake. But I can never do that like next day hang thing because I'm just immediately like, oh, I shouldn't be around people at all. It's like I remember the one time.
Why not?
Just because, you know, sex is scary. And afterwards, I want to never see them again nor leave my house. You know,
interesting.
Not every time.
And you want a wife about it.
Well, you know, I think sex with to clarify, sex with strangers is terrifying.
Sure,
and it makes me upset.
Yeah, but what if you were good at the hang the next day? Maybe they wouldn't be strangers afterwards.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just thinking about this one time that I like made up an errand. So I'm like. I'm like, I need to go to Target. She's like, at 7 a.m.? I'm like,
are they open at 7?
I got there as they opened. I was like, it's going to be busy, so I should probably get there when they open. She's like, Target?
That's very dark. Why didn't you want to hang out? Did she want to hang out?
To be fair, that was the girl who that was the girl who we didn't fuck. She just watched me jack off, like Louis style.
OnlyFans girl?
No, not that girl. This was the girl who we went back to my house. She's like, do you want to watch a movie? And I'm like, oh, I know what's happening. We're not going to watch a movie. She puts on Kangaroo Jack. I'm like, we're not about to watch Kangaroo. We watched all of Kangaroo Jack. 100%.
Did you try to make a move?
Yeah, and she wasn't into it.
She was wanted to watch Kangaroo Jack?
Yeah, we just watched all of Kangaroo Jack, and then we only started making out after it was done. So it very much had the vibe of it's like, yeah, I want to hook up, but I also want to watch Kangaroo Jack.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Based on that information alone, I take back everything I said. You made the right call.
Mm-hmm. So we're, we start hooking up, and she takes her shirt off and everything, and I think we're gonna have sex.
Nice.
She's like, I don't want to have sex. And I'm like, okay. And then we stop. So I'm like, do you want to like? Should I get you an Uber or something? She's like, no, I'll just stay here. Which is not really.
Hold up, wait a minute. She made you watch Kangaroo Jack in your own house?
Mm-hmm.
What a bitch, dude! That's so rude.
So
you're being a bad guest.
And it's not even like I had some sort of nostalgic attachment to Kangaroo Jack because I've never seen it. So I'm just cold watching Kangaroo Jack as an adult
man.
And then she's like, all right, I'm going to go to bed. But you don't get to spend the night if we don't have sex.
Bitch,
is that rude? Is that rude of my part?
No, you a bad guest.
Yeah. So she just like lies there. And
I wouldn't be shocked if she fucking ate food in your bed.
And also, she's still topless. So I'm just rock hard.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to lie there topless next to a stranger. So I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. I don't know if this is like, and this was pre-Louis, so I didn't even have context for like this request. But I was just like, may I jack off?
Yeah.
She's just laying there topless. She's like, yeah, okay.
I mean,
but she's like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep though. I'm like, all right. so, and this was back when I had a mattress on the floor.
Yeah.
So she's just laying there, tits out. The light is on.
Did you straddle her?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
The light is on, and she has a pillow covering her face. And I'm just sitting in a chair, like next to the bed, just like jerking off. And then,
okay.
And then I finish, and she's like, "You done?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "All right, good night." And I just lay there. I'm like, "Christ, what have I done?"
So you left your own house to go to Target?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I just masturbated in front of a stranger
on a chair,
with her permission, but still, just sitting nude in a metal chair. And this was my shitty Philly house, so I'm lit by one bulb that's just dangling, like the kind of bulb where you like, if you bump into it, it swings like in a detective's like interrogation room.
Right.
So I'm just beating in the shadow,
Swinging back and forth.
Mm-hmm. So you can see that how I wouldn't want to stick around.
That's dark. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I'm on your side. Yeah. You're right. But I don't like this girl too much either.
No, but I mean, in her, I think we both did some good communication that night.
I agree.
She's like, I don't want to have sex. I'm like, that is fine.
Absolutely. I get it.
She's like, I am going to spend the night. And I'm like, I guess that's also fine. May I jack off? And she said
may.
Yes.
Certainly.
Mm-hmm. And then I jacked off and a good night.
The only way it would be better is if the minute you were done jacking off, you just blew out a candle.
I finished jacking off, and then I blow out like the 12 candle like candelabra from Barry Lyndon. That would be sick if like in that room was crazy because like the bed was broken, so I had just a mattress.
I know
on
about
the floor.
that right now. Yeah.
No dresser or anything, so just all my clothes are piled in the closet. And then because the room was shaped weird, I found it at like a garage sale, but I just had like a Greek column, and that was my nightstand because like it was like a twin bed and it could only fit something really narrow to like put an alarm clock or your phone on.
Like a pillar,
a pillar. So I just had a mattress on the floor, no furniture, and just a Greek column
and a swinging light bulb.
And a swinging light bulb. So it did kind of look like a Kubrick set.
Yeah.
In a way. Especially because, like,
honestly,
the comforter was like bright orange, so it was like just white and like splashes of color.
I imagine your interactions to be very Kubrickian, also, just like monotone. It's all in the wide, like.
Mm-hmm. I'm just emotionlessly beating off in the blocking. There's tape under me. There's marks.
She asks if you're done off screen.
It's like a big zoom out where it starts on my dick jacking off, and then you slowly zoom out to see my entire body, and I'm frowning.
Yeah, bum, 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 bum. God damn, that's a fucked up story, Brendan.
Yeah, well, hey.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I've also, by the way, I've literally done the same thing where, like, I was hooking up with a girl.
Yeah, I mean, Louis kind of blew up our spot because for a while.
Well, what Louis did was different. By the way,
I know that. I'm
very different.
I know that. I'm goofing around, but I feel like just
Louis, he was introducing jacking off into non-sexual situations.
Yeah, I know. Which I'll say it is rude.
You shouldn't do that.
It's quite rude.
Should he not be able to do shows ever again? I'm not going to go that far.
We're live. I will not comment. I shouldn't even be on the air.
We've already been on the record about this. Let him do governors. Let him do fucking governors in New York. Or is it Jersey? Where the fuck is it?
Christ, with the monitor, it's funny to turn and see like what will get tweeted. Like, if either of us ever get anything, it's just going to be...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But fuck, what was I about to say? But yeah, like I feel like for a while it's like asking a girl if you could jerk off, especially if you're in your own home, in your own room, she's there voluntarily.
Yeah.
And the situation is sexual, so there's been precedent for it.
Yeah.
Asking to jerk off was kind of like a gentlemanly move.
Yeah.
Like a low pressure, like, hey, I know you might not want to have sex tonight, so may I jerk off? It was like, how sweet.
Yeah. She's like, well, I am in your domain.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's only fair.
Like, no, I'm a guest. Go ahead.
Yeah, shit.
It'd be funny if we finish this, we go back and we look in the chat room and it's just like the police. Like, you are arrested from comedy.
Oh, damn, the chat's actually blowing up.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to read that later.
Hell yeah. We got we won't get too much into it.
Yeah.
We'll get pardon me. Once we're at the hour, we'll stop recording and then we'll go hang out in the chat.
Go say what's going on.
Yeah, we don't need that in the actual episode.
It's fine.
On iTunes, people hear us just interacting with text.
Yeah. We're not going to do all that.
No.
But,
not at this time.
God damn. There was something on my mind. I lost it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've done that. I've done the same thing where I've a girl hasn't wanted to have sex, and well, actually, I didn't ask. There was one time a woman was nice enough to offer. She's like, I don't want to fuck, but do you want to jack off to my tits? And she just lifted her shirt up, but also went to sleep. Was
Damn,
just
so maybe this isn't a unique experience.
Well, unfortunately,
women know. All right, all I have to do is get my tits out, and he will let me sleep here.
Right. Maybe it's not. Oh, fuck. That could be what it is. Because I was about to say, yeah, maybe that's how beaten down women are by society. But I think they're getting a free meal. I think you're right. I think they're swindling the system.
It may also be that you and I happen to attract the type of lady who's a bit down on her luck.
Oh, that could also be true. No, I don't want to denigrate the women who have allowed me to have sex with them.
I'm gonna come out hot against women who have fucked Nick.
Dude, it's rough. Every single hot girl I've fucked, following them on social media and seeing their new boyfriends, I'm like, okay, I am confirmed, at least 6 times consecutively confirmed to have been the low point in their life. To been the thing that probably made them go, I gotta get my act together. Because what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yeah, I bet a decent number of my exes are still with the next guy that they were with.
Yeah. But who knows if they're happy? I have this fantasy a lot of a bunch of my ex-girlfriends just going through old Facebook photos with their daughter, because you'll be able to do that, a photo album, and they'll just be like, Mommy, who's that guy? Who's the guy that's in these 3 photos only? And the mom will just be like, oh, I was going through a phase.
Yeah, well, sure, I met him at the auto bar, and I thought he was funny, and in retrospect, I was wrong.
Sure he didn't have a bed frame and only owned 2 shirts, but he could do Austin Powers impressions, and at that point in my life, I really valued something like that.
Sure, he had 2 shirts only, but one of them was nice.
One of them was nice. Yeah,
and I got to see him wear that one a lot.
2014 was a rough year for mommy. Okay? That is who I am to so many people, I'm sure.
It's like, rough. Mommy, who is that? Well, Mommy used to like pills. And sometimes when you like pills, you hang out with other people who like pills. And that's just a bad group of people.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not the worst. I'm not like a junkie boyfriend. I'm just I'm just a goofy boyfriend. I'm a boyfriend who is I think my free spiritedness is appealing until you see that it is 24/7. that I'm not a wacky character in a sitcom. When I exit stage left, it keeps going.
Yeah, Michael Richards runs back out the door.
Yeah,
and then he goes to craft services.
Right,
he makes a phone call.
You
kick through the door into a void. It's
well,
just a big expanse.
All of Kramer's appearances are perfectly calculated. He shows up right when you want him. You get just the right amount. But imagine running into Kramer at 7 a.m. in a Ralph's. It's just oh man, I didn't calculate for having this interaction like this.
Yeah, you don't need this many dimensions.
Yeah. I used to say, dude, it's I used to have this bit where I would talk about the way that people save up money to go to schools. That's how I save up to go on one date. I ball out on one date. I buy clothes that I literally return the next day. That
oh yeah, that I love that bit. That line oh, you want to go out again? I don't even have those clothes.
I don't even have those clothes anymore. You understand? I'm sleeping. I'm using towels as blankets right now. That's literally my life. So it's
one time I used towels as a mattress.
Yeah. I used to use laundry as a mattress.
Oh yeah, you do that too. I remember when I moved into the one house in Philly that I moved into, I just made myself a rat's nest because I didn't have a bed yet.
Yeah.
So I just had I made myself a nest on the floor out of towels and clothes, and then I just slept in there. And the power had gone out because the previous roommate lied about paying it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, of course.
So we just had no electricity. So it was just freezing cold, December, Philadelphia. And I'm just in this rat's nest, just like texting my girlfriend, like, "Can I come over?" Just no response.
So much of that. Do you know, dude? My dating life reminds me. Have you ever heard of the Irish ghost story, "Return to Glenniscall"?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so this is my dating life summed up, because Return to Glenniscall is all about this guy. He's driving one night and he sees two women on the side of the road who flag him down. And it's raining out, so he lets them in his car. And he's like, "Can I take you ladies home?" And they're like, yeah, our house is just down the road a little bit. So he drives them up to this beautiful mansion and he takes them inside. He gives them an umbrella. He takes them inside and they start like taking him through the mansion. He like learns both of their names, all this stuff. And he's just like marveling at the paintings. And he arranges to see one of them again. He wants to take her on a date. And so it's arranged, and he gets back in his car and he's driving back. And in the morning he gets in his car and he realizes that like one of them left behind like one of their hats or something, or like a kerchief. And so he says, "All right, I'm gonna return it to these girls." And so he drives back to the house to find that it is completely burned down. And he like walks through the gate, and like an old man wanders by the gate. He's like, "Sonny, what are you doing there?" He's like, "I wanted to return this hat. There were two women here." He goes, "Those women have been dead for 40 years. And like, that's what it's like to date me, where it's like you go on a date with me and then you see me in the grocery store just wearing like a lasagna stained t-shirt and like pants
It's
with
like
holes
if
in
you
it.
went back to the house and you're there with them, like, I don't know what happened.
And you just like, you see me and you're like, "Oh, he's been dead for years."
At the very least on the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. But that
Yeah, for me it's almost like a fairy tale where it's like I seem fine, and then the longer I'm with them, it's like the magic starts to like break, and I look I look at my watch, just fades and my shoes are gone.
Oh,
I'm
the
like,
clock strikes midnight.
oh no.
yeah.
Only instead of like clothing and riches, it's just my sanity. So just my brain turns to pumpkin. Just pumpkin pie filling.
It's like, Brendan, what happened to your car? It's like, "Oh, it turned into mice." Yeah, I can't take you on a date. My car scurried into the sewer.
Damn.
No, dude.
The most I've related to any character recently was watching Enter the Silver Lake. Or Under the Silver Lake?
Yeah. Enter the Silver Lake.
Yeah, enter.
I say that every time.
Silver Lake Reloaded.
I say that every time I do the lyric Hyperion, and I go, "I'm about to enter the Silver Lake." I'm about to enter the trans matrix.
Do you think Neo is going to be trans in Matrix 4?
Yeah, they'll probably do that. We've already talked about this, by the way. We've already spitballed this idea.
Okay. Fuck. Oh yeah, the scene where he's in the bathtub and he's telling her his beliefs about like subliminal messages, and she's just like, "I never want to see this guy again, but I need to be nice." I'm like,
you think that's weird?
I've seen that look on women's faces so much.
Yeah.
So many times when I'm on dates with women, I'm like, "So we're really surrounded by the machine, huh?" And they're like, "Well."
Tom and I were talking about how your defining feature. I know you hate whenever I start a story with Tom and Don.
So me and all your friends have been deeply discussing your character, which happens so much.
Your defining feature is that you have no idea what's going on. Like, every single story that you tell, the moral of the story is, "And then I realized I was being weird for the past 2 hours."
Yeah, that is true.
You looked so sad.
No, but like my date last week. I think last week I was still mad about it, so I didn't even bring it up on the cast.
Sure.
So I don't drink, so dating's weird because dating is all drinking.
It is all drinking.
It's all drinking.
I realized that going on these dates, the dates I was going on a few months ago, I was like, damn, I was getting fucked up.
Yeah, and you drink bad.
I'm good on dates. I'm very charming on dates. Except I always do. There's always a part where like, the way that I work on dates is like, I'll see that I'm charming the girl and then I'm winning her over despite my scampish lifestyle. And then when her cheeks are rosy and she's like smiling at me, I'll go, "Do you want to hear a racist joke?" That's like around 10:30 p.m. I bust out the racist jokes.
For some reason, I heard that like The Dark Knight, which is, "You want to hear a racist joke?"
Yeah. The joke's just like, "How about a racist joke?" And then he still just kills a black guy with a pencil.
What did the black guy get on his SATs?
Do you have a punchline for that?
Oh, it's barbecue sauce. It's not my joke. That's I think I heard that from a guy in a factory.
Oh my god.
It's not bad, right? But
Jesus fucking Christ. That is so racist. That's fucking insane.
but there's like artistry there.
There's
Like,
artistry to
damn,
that.
had the meat, the potatoes.
Yeah, you really thought that one through.
I didn't write that joke. But,
Holy shit.
I don't think we've ever told a straight joke on the podcast before.
That's fine. I think that we have.
But fuck, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, so all dating is drinking. So I
Yeah, it is all drinking. Yeah.
yeah. So we meet. And this is a girl who I had asked her. I was like, "Hey, do you want to get food or coffee or something this week?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm busy this week, but maybe next week." So I just assumed like, okay, I'll never hear from her again.
Yeah.
Which you don't.
Yeah.
Almost
it's
ever.
fine.
And then like 2 weeks later, she texts me. She's like, "Hey, are you free Wednesday? Do you want to get a drink?" And I was like, "Oh, well, that's unusual." So I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that." She's like, "Okay." So we meet up for a drink, and the place is like too busy. So she's like, "Well, do you want to walk? We'll find somewhere else to get a drink." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So we're walking. She's like, "Do you like wine?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't drink." I'm trying to be all casual.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, I don't drink." She's like, "Then why are we getting a drink?" Like instantly hostile.
Yeah.
And I was like, "I don't know," because you asked. I didn't think it was that big a deal. I figured I would just, get a club soda or something. She's like, "All right, well, we could get like a coffee." I'm like, fuck, this is tanked. Just immediately.
That's fucked up. That's not a good reason to tank a date, though.
She didn't have that tone exactly.
Sure, yeah.
But in retrospect, it's like, well, she did definitely hate me instantly.
Because you didn't want to drink.
But I don't even know if it was. It's hard to tell. Like, I don't want to shit on her needlessly.
No, for
But,
sure.
She definitely did not like me at all from the beginning. And that is the first thing that happened. So, who's to say? Maybe I'm ugly or I smell or something. But she did instantly hate me. So then
You're not ugly.
Well, thank you. So then we go, and it's just one of those dates where I just cannot get a conversation going.
Right.
It's like I'm asking her small talk questions. I'm asking her weird, like, personal questions. I'm trying, like, every angle. Just will not. Even she occasionally, like, asks me a question and just fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting on a bench, and I'm like, this is the worst date ever. This could not possibly go worse. And then just suddenly there's people around us, and they're doing stand-up comedy.
Oh, Squat Melt showed up.
Yeah, Squat Melt. So we're in fucking Echo Park, and suddenly Squat Melt is there, and they're doing stand-up. And she's like, "Oh, don't you do stand-up? Do you want to watch this?" And I'm like, "I do not.
Dude,
I don't want to watch this."
You could have gone on the show. You absolutely could have gone on the show.
Oh, yeah, that would have saved it. If I fucking go up there and I'm like, I do my black ambush bit or something.
Do you know what's so funny?
What?
I thought about doing it that night. How fucking funny would it have been if I showed up and saw you on a date and like roped you into it?
Christ, if you were like, "Hey, you should put Brendan up." I haven't been on stage in a month.
No. I just start doing crowd work with you and her. Just immediately
You,
make it
sir,
about you.
how tall are you? Yeah, then, so eventually, and Handren Seavey, you know him? He's a comic.
No.
Funny guy. But I see him see me, and I still haven't pieced together what's happening. So I like walk over to him. I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "Oh, this is Squat Melt, the traveling comedy show." And I'm like, shit.
Squat Melt is cooler than it sounds, I promise. It's a good show.
Look, if you're not on a date, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
But accidentally being at a comedy show, oof. So then eventually we leave and we're walking. She's like, "Do you want to keep walking?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I realized that we're just walking back to our cars.
Oh,
She's
shit.
just leading me. So then to try to save face, I'm like, "Oh, are we? This is the direction of our cars, right? I'm really tired. I should probably call it a night," as if it was my idea.
Yeah.
And I could see her just be like, "I'll let him have this one."
Oh, fuck, man.
It was a nightmare.
That sucks.
Mhm.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, now we've learned not to dream.
Yeah. You know what's funny? You're joking, and I think it might be true. I think that might
so.
be a good lesson.
Yeah.
No expectations for your life, kids.
Well,
Yeah, we'll get you a
that's,
whore. We'll get you a nice whore with maybe Matt and Dan will get you a whore this weekend.
That could be nice.
We could all pitch in
We could all pitch in for me to
for
get jerked off by a whore in an adjacent room.
right while Dan is just like recovering.
Dan is leaking out of his legs.
While his leg is like raised, you're just like getting jacked off by a whore.
Yeah.
And he's
We're
like
clearly helping the wrong friend.
Yeah, he's like, "No, Brendan, are you okay? I just want to make sure that all your needs are being attended to."
Damn.
That'll be fun.
We got anything to plug?
No, I mean other than buy that Hard Times book.
Yeah, buy the Hard Times book.
Donate to the Hard Times Patreon.
Donate to the Hard Times Patreon. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube. Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. We got a couple new Discord members today. We always love to see people in there.
And today was like a test stream, so hopefully people liked it, but we're going to stream it again next week.
Brendan's going to start streaming his gay little walking simulators while I eat food loudly into the mic.
No, I was just going to say, we normally record this on Thursdays, so we'll probably do the same thing next Thursday.
Yeah.
With Pierce, right?
Yes.
We got Pierce
maybe
Campion?
before Thursday because it's Wednesday today. I work on Thursdays now.
Okay.
They keep scheduling me for Thursdays. Also, whatever, I'll say this on mic. We're going to have to record a fuckload of episodes in 1 week because you're going away and then I'm going away.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to knock like 4 or 5 out in a week. So you guys have that to look forward to. We're going to get some guests.
All right.
All right, guys.
That's it.
Peace.
Did it not? Fuck.
Every time.
Does
that disconnect?
The mouse? Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, god damn it. Hold on.
Knock, knock, open up, it's me, the crazy, shady, faded fucker, so rock the G. See a lady, make a baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up, portfolio showing growth, fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, looping up for the self.